Yo, hey guys, how's it going? So today we're gonna go over how to correctly backtest in the foreign exchange market and how to avoid common mistakes, right? So we're basically gonna talk about number one, your strategy, right? You need to have a strategy, and based on that strategy, you need to have a period of time, right? The period of time, London session, New York session, Asian session, depending what time you trade in the market, you need to be able to execute within that time. Number three, one bias of market during trade. So whenever you're taking your trade setup, you want to have one single bias. Either you're bearish or you're bullish. Number four, let trade play out. So you want to be able to let your trade play out because this will determine whether you lose or win the trade. And from there, you can be able to tweak the common mistakes from your trading setup. Um, right. So you want to be able to let that trade play out. And this is very important for future price action when you are actually taking a live trade. So this will actually help you let your trade play out and have confidence in your trade for future price action. Okay, so I'll go ahead and leave this right here. Right now we are in GBP USD market. I already went back in time, so we can take a bit of back testing setups, and we're gonna apply all of this information, and I'll explain basically what why this information is important for your back testing, and to avoid the common mistakes. So like I said, you want to have one bias. Number three is very important for your trade. All right, so currently we're on the 4-hour time frame, and we're currently bullish, right? Because price broke above this high, this previous high. And so what price is doing is we're pulling back into the 50% or demand zone, right? To be able to go bullish. So right now we're in that 4-hour pullback. So we just want to see what price is doing, what price did internally. So this is my strategy. I like to see what price does internally and externally. So externally, we have a swing for the breakout structure to the upside, and then internally is basically internal price action, breaks structure to the upside or downside. So I'm going to mark up my zones. So I got my zones marked up, and what I want to do next is I have my strategy marked up, right? I'm trading with my strategy. I want to see what period of time we're in. I only trade London session around 12, pre-London session around 12 a.m. to 2 or 1 a.m. About 1 or 2 hours, just to see where price is setting up and what price is doing. And from there, I'll be able to see the momentum of the price action in the direction I want price to go to. So currently we are 4 a.m. So I do trade London session within 12 to, like I said, 2 a.m. 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. And I also do trade within London session around 11 a.m. in the morning. After every price action that moves within 7, when New York opens, after a couple hours, I'll trade after or at 11 o'clock. So, because usually with my strategy, a trade will play out within that direction, and I'll execute either if it's valid or if it's not valid. So we are at 4 a.m. So I want to go to 11 a.m. So currently we are sitting at 11 a.m., right? It's 11 a.m. and I want to go bullish. So we get a pullback into the zone, the support zone, after the break of structure, the swing structure break. So what I want to do is I actually want to see if I can get potential buys in this area. But the only way it's valid for me is if price continues in an internal downtrend and it breaks internal structure to the upside, because that validates me that price is now bullish internally and we're also bullish externally, right? So I want to see price break and close above this high, right? So we have a low, high, low, and I want to see a higher, a higher high for the internal structure. So from here, I want to see whether we're going to play out in this resistance zone that we created after coming to the downside, to validate that the internal 4-hour structure is bearish. So I want to see if this holds for me to go short or if it holds for me to go long. So I want to see what price does. And usually I give it 1 to 2 candles. So around 2 p.m. I usually don't trade. I usually like to take the trade around 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. within those 2 candles. But we really don't have anything right here setting up. So I'm going to be patient and wait for London session. All right, London session. So it looks like we reacted off the zone from the 4-hour zone. And we still are in the supply area. So a lot of the times we want to be looking for sales up in this area above the 50% if we're bullish. And we want to be looking for buys below the 50% level. So currently we are giving that bearishness from the 4-hour zone, right? So we have a low, high, low, higher low, or lower high, and I want price to create a lower low from this price action, right? I want to pull out where the most of my volume is in the market. So it's up in this area. So it's 12. We have news at 7. So what I want to do is wait for price. Because I don't want to take a trade right in the middle of structure, because I can look for sales to go lower, but price easily could come back up from this area because we're kind of moving sideways in a way. So I want to wait to 11 a.m. It's 11 a.m. So we get a rejection off the zone from this candle push down. And for me to validate this as a buy, I want to see price push above this structure to continue higher, right? So let's see what price does. We also took this low, internal low, from this strong candle. I'm sure that was a news candle as well. We'll see if we get a reaction off that zone. It's 12. So price is still bearish. 4-hour. Wait for London session. It's currently 12 p.m. So we'll get a new break to the downside. So we're currently bearish on the 1 hour time frame. So as you can see, we can mark up our zones on the 1 hour. Okay. So what I want now from price is to continue bearish, right, until we get a break to the upside. Below our fit or our volume zone. Test out some volume areas. See what market is ahead. Okay, so if we can get price to pull back into this area, I would like to go bearish to continue this trend. So my previous resistance area is within that 50% level, right? It's above, so when we're above, we want to be looking for sales. Like I said, if we're in below, we want to be looking for buys. But since we're bearish, I want to be looking for sales and catch the sales off the zones. Continue price. So it's 11 a.m. right now currently, and we haven't got any reaction to the upside. So usually whenever the time comes and the trade doesn't hit, I will mark it off, so it's invalid. So let's see what price does. 412. So we're gonna push to the upside, right? So let's see what price does for London session. Okay, so we're in London session currently, and we did push above the zone. So sometimes what price will do is come above the zone, break down, retest to continue lower, right? So let's see our volume in the market. So we have really strong volume in this area, right? So what I want to see is, let's see, it's 12. What I do want to see is price actually break from this area to continue to the downside. So we can put a sell, have our stop loss above this previous zone high to continue down, and I'd probably aim for a 1 or 2. A 1 to 2 R looks pretty good because it could give us a reaction within this zone right here. So let's see. Trade play out, and boom, we hit TP. So it is 6 a.m. I would fast forward it to 11 a.m. Okay, so 11 a.m. price is at this area. So we wake up and TP is hit. Good trade, following the bias of the market, right? We want to be looking for sales. So basically, like I said, you want to have your strategy. You want to have your period of time to mark up your trade system, right? You want to have your system and time put together to execute and validate a trade. That is very important whenever you're back testing, because in the future market, you don't want to be trading at a session you don't trade at because you see market going up or down, right? You don't need to have FOMO. This will prevent it. Basically, it'll let you know, like, hey, you can take the trade, you can win and you can lose, but you want to see if your strategy works and if you can profit from that. And then when you're back testing, you'll be able to notice that if you're winning, you can actually make money. You just have to stick to your strategy and choose your period of time to trade at and have one bias in the market. Either you're bearish at that point of trade or you're bullish, and don't mix it up. Don't buy, sell at the same area to try to catch a trade. right? Stick to one bias and let the trade play out. So we'll continue. So it's 11 a.m. right now currently. So since we hit our demand zone below the 50% level, I want to mark up my external break of structure, because usually this is very important for me. If price breaks above it, and gives us that retest, I'm very bullish on that trade. Other than that, we're gonna be patient and let this trade hold. Let it play out to see what price does. So we get another break at this area. Get another break at this area. It's 11 a.m. right now currently. And I could honestly mark this as a zone as well. Yeah, because we broke structure. Every time we break structure, we want to mark a zone. So we get a low, break of that low, mark it. Got a low pushed up, and then break of that low. So we want to mark it. It's currently 1 p.m. 1 p.m. and price is bullish currently. Fast forward to 12 a.m. Okay, 12 a.m. So 12 a.m. we get a push up to the upside, and then we get within the supply zone. We get within the supply zone as the price starts coming down into this support zone now currently, since price is above it. So right now we could see a bounce between these areas right here. So what I want to see is either a break above this zone, retest to continue higher, or a break below, retest to continue lower. So it's 12 a.m. I usually wait 2 hours. Okay, so we're still reacting off the zone. We're gonna wait till 11 a.m. in the morning. Okay, currently we are at 11 a.m. in the morning. We did break below the zone. So what I want to see price do is come up, retest, which price probably already did at this zone, and then broke below. But I see it potentially coming up. So let's see. We'll mark up our volume zone. Strong volume right here. So honestly, I would wait for like another retest up in this area to sell. So we are at 11, and if it doesn't hit, then usually I wait 2 hours. Usually I wait 2 hours. If the trade doesn't play out, then it's all good. So it's 2 p.m. currently. Price is just consolidating. I'm gonna wait till London session. Okay. So currently we are retesting that zone right here. And what I want price to do is break bearish. 4 hour. Thing looks good. We get a high volume candle to the upside. So what do we want to see in this area? We want to see price break below it, right? So I would honestly put my trade, or let's see what the next hour does. I do want to enter above price to break down. Wait 1 more hour. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take the trade right here. Stop loss above these highs, and above these highs to continue lower to the downside. Let's see what price does. Okay, so currently we are in New York session. We entered London session, and we are just testing this area. Price wants to reject that area. We just got to be patient. Be patient. Wait for price to play out. We'll fast forward. So currently we are in London session now. Again, next London session. And price looks like it's been giving a lot of wicks in that area. So it does look like it wants to reject. We also got a high volume candle right here at this low with plenty of liquidity in it below. So I would like to see price actually break below that, right, to continue to the downside. So I would probably stay in this trade to let it play out. Okay, awesome. So we actually get TP hit over London session, right? Usually I like to place a trade and go to sleep. Have my stop loss and TP set. Usually that takes away all the FOMO, all the psychology away. So price definitely gave a good TP for a 2R, right? So that's really all you need. That's really all you need for back testing. That's probably going to be it for the video. So number one, you need your strategy, and you need to have just one strategy. Don't complicate this too much. Right, as you can see, I have my own strategy. I don't look at nothing else but price action and my support and resistance zone and supply and demand zones, right? And then you want to have your period of time. I trade London and New York, so you want to have a time in the market that you want to trade and execute your trades. Also cancel out your buy limits or sell limits. If the trades don't play out, then cancel them within that session after that session. You need to have these rules applied so you know when to execute in these trades. And you want to have one bias of the market, right? Just you want to have a bullish bias or a bearish bias. Fourth, let trade play out. Just let your trade play out when you're back testing, and just let it play out. It'll show you the results of your trades. So usually my trades will take a couple hours, sometimes to a day or two, but I don't like holding for about 3-4 days. That's too much. And I usually go for a 1.5R or a 2R max. Sometimes every now and then I'll go for a 3R. Usually I like to stick around the 2.5R. I found that makes me more profitable to get out, take my money at 2.5. That's a good R. I don't need to be holding trades for 5 R's. I don't need to be doing that. So you need to have your plan while you're back testing. Act like if it's the real market. Have your plan, stick to it, let it play out. Have a bias in the market, a time period, and you're set. So I just want to go over this information just in case you haven't been back testing correctly. These are some common mistakes that people don't do whenever they're back testing. They forget that they have a strategy. They like to use other little strategies. They like to compare themselves to other people, try to use what works for them, try to make it work for them, right? So you need to have your own sauce, play it out, and let the profits come. But other than that, that's it for the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video, and that's it. I'll see you guys on the next one.